Welcome, treasure hunters and history lovers. Today, we uncover the jaw-dropping secret of a tiny British coin that could make you a millionaire overnight. The top 8 most valuable and most expensive United Kingdom bicentennial. Rare old 1 penny of King George VI. This isn't just a coin, it's a royal relic, a masterpiece of history, and a ticket to unimaginable wealth. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why this single penny is shaking the collector world and turning ordinary people into overnight legends. Let's get started. First up we are talking about the 1945 United Kingdom bicentennial 1 penny featuring the legendary King George VI, a coin so elusive and so powerful in the collector's world that it has been hailed as one of the most desired treasures of the 20th century. This is not just metal. This is a crown jewel in the realm of numismatics, a tangible artifact from an era that will never return. And today, we are diving deep into why this small but mighty piece can command millions of dollars in the right hands. The obverse of this magnificent penny features the third crown portrait of King George VI, his regal face turned right, adorned with the George IV state diadem, a symbol of authority, history, and power. Every curve, every engraving on this portrait tells a story of an empire at its peak, projecting strength across continents. To hold it is to feel the heartbeat of the British monarchy in 1945, a year of victory, transformation, and post-war resilience. This portrait alone elevates the coin into a league of its own, making it instantly recognizable to serious collectors worldwide. Turn it over, and your eyes are greeted with the timeless image of Britannia, the seated figure with a trident in her left hand, a shield bearing the Union flag in her right, the endless sea stretching behind her, and a lighthouse standing tall as a guardian of the realm. Above her sits the denomination 1 penny, and below, the historic date, 1945. This imagery is not just decorative. It's a reminder of Britain's naval dominance, its cultural pride, and its unwavering influence on the world stage. The artistry here is beyond extraordinary. Now, here's where the story takes a jaw-dropping turn. The 1945 1 penny was struck in incredibly limited numbers, with many destined for the far reaches of the British overseas territories and crown dependencies. But due to post-war shortages, political shifts, and production anomalies, surviving coins in pristine condition are a rarity beyond measure. Finding one in uncirculated or near-perfect preservation is like stumbling upon a diamond in the middle of the ocean, a miracle you can hold in your hand. Collectors have been known to battle fiercely for this coin when it appears in high-grade condition. Prices soar not in the thousands, not in the hundreds of thousands, but into the multi-million-dollar range when the right bidder is on the hunt. Imagine, a coin once casually passed through the hands of everyday citizens could now be the golden ticket to overnight billionaire status. That is the magical, almost mythical, power this 1945 bicentennial 1 penny carries in today's electrifying coin market. The fascination isn't just about scarcity, it's about the story. This coin is a witness to the final days of the Second World War, the rebuilding of a nation, and the reign of a monarch beloved by millions. Every edge, every scratch, every faint line etched into its surface speaks of journeys across oceans, exchanges in bustling markets, and perhaps even quiet moments in the pockets of soldiers returning home. It is living, breathing history. Except now, it breathes wealth. Picture yourself as the proud owner of such a treasure. The moment this coin leaves its protective case and touches the light, the crowd gasps. Auction rooms fall silent except for the thunderous sound of bidding. Paddles striking the air. Millionaires and billionaires alike scramble for the chance to claim it, each knowing that coins like this are the pinnacle of any collection. And when the hammer falls, the winning figure is so astronomical, it becomes a headline that ripples across the numismatic world. Experts have documented examples of rare pennies like this skyrocketing in value due to sudden collector demand, estate auctions, and historic anniversaries. In a market driven by prestige and exclusivity, owning a 1945 United Kingdom bicentennial 1 penny places you in a league so elite, it's almost impossible to enter without a piece of this magnitude. The price tag? We are talking life-changing sums, enough to buy palaces, yachts, private islands, and still have a fortune left to pass down generations. And here's the thrilling part. You don't need to be a lifelong collector to appreciate its value. Even if you're new to coin collecting, the sheer beauty and historical depth of this penny are enough to ignite a burning passion. But for those who already understand the game, this coin isn't just valuable, it's a once-in-a-lifetime trophy. A master key to unlocking the highest tier of wealth that numismatics can offer. So, if fate ever places a 1945 United Kingdom bicentennial 1 penny in your path, hold on to it like the crown jewel it is. Because somewhere out there, in the gleaming world of elite collectors and billion-dollar portfolios, this coin is a missing piece, and they are willing to pay a king's ransom to get it. It's more than currency, more than history. It's the bridge between past glory and present fortune. And in today's market, that bridge is paved with pure, unimaginable wealth. Next up in the legendary United Kingdom bicentennial 1 penny of King George VI, minted in the historic years of 1944 and 1945. To most people, it's pocket change. But in today's sizzling coin market, this penny has crossed into the realm of the extraordinary, becoming a symbol of unimaginable wealth. We are talking about a coin so valuable that owning it could catapult you from an ordinary day to billionaire status overnight. Let's dive straight into the magic that makes this penny so desirable. First, the portrait, King George VI himself, either crowned in royal glory or uncrowned in classic dignity. Each detail of his profile was struck with precision, his gaze forward, his attire reflecting the power of the British Empire at its peak. Surrounding him are the historic legends: George VI G. Br. OMN, Rex F. Laughing Face, IND, IMP, words that capture an entire era of imperial history. For collectors, this is not just metal, it's living history in your palm. On the reverse, the artistry continues. The crowned portcullis with chains, an ancient emblem of the Palace of Westminster, stands boldly, whispering tales of royal authority and political power. And then, the seated Britannia, holding her trident, with the Union flag shield. At her side, facing the open sea, a lighthouse beams in the distance, a guiding symbol of Britain's maritime legacy. These designs are more than decoration. They are visual time capsules that make this penny irresistible to serious numismatists. But here's where the excitement soars. Its market worth today is nothing short of jaw-dropping. We are talking about figures that can easily push into the millions of dollars for pristine, rare specimens. Yes, millions. The kind of amount that could transform your life instantly, from settling every bill you've ever had, to buying your dream home, luxury cars, and living the life you've only imagined. That's the breathtaking reality of the 1944 to 1945 King George VI 1 penny. Why is it worth so much? The answer lies in a combination of scarcity, demand, and sheer historical magnetism. These pennies were struck during wartime Britain, a period when resources were tight, production runs varied, and the world was on the brink of monumental change. Many coins were lost, melted down, or worn beyond recognition. Finding one today, especially in clean, detailed condition, is like stumbling upon a hidden treasure chest. Collectors and auction houses are ready to compete fiercely for them, driving prices into the stratosphere. The thrill doesn't end there. Special strikes, unique minting variations, or coins with remarkable preservation add even more value. Imagine discovering a 1 penny with a minting error, perhaps an off-center strike or a faint doubling of the date, something so rare that it becomes a once-in-a-generation find. Those are the coins that spark bidding wars, where collectors throw down eye-watering sums just to secure them. Owning this coin isn't just about money. It's about possessing a tangible link to the past. Every time you hold it, you're touching history, a piece that has survived war, economic upheavals, and generations of human change. That deep emotional connection makes collectors willing to pay staggering amounts, not just for the object, but for the story it carries. And in the world of high-end collectibles, a powerful story is pure gold now. Imagine the day you take your penny to auction. The room is buzzing, the auctioneer's gavel poised, and every bidder's eyes are locked on your coin. Bids start high, and in seconds they climb into the hundreds of thousands, then the millions. The tension builds, Hearts race, and when the final hammer falls, you realize you've just secured a life-changing fortune from a single coin that once jingled unnoticed in someone's pocket. This is why you should never underestimate the coins in your collection, or even the ones hiding in old drawers and jars at home. The 1944 to 1945 King George VI bicentennial 1 penny is proof that a small, forgotten artifact can hold colossal value in the modern market. And the demand isn't slowing down. Every year, more collectors enter the scene, prices rise, and the chase for rare coins intensifies. What's truly astonishing is how this penny has managed to rise above the rest in the competitive world of numismatics. Many coins gain value, but only a select few become legends, and the King George VI bicentennial 1 penny is one of them. Its power lies in its perfect blend of historical significance, scarcity, and timeless design. It's not just currency. It's an heirloom of empire, a piece of royal pride, and a living artifact of a world that no longer exists. That rarity is why collectors worldwide are prepared to dig deep into their pockets, no matter the cost. And let's not forget the thrill of discovery. The possibility that one of these coins could be lurking unnoticed in a family collection or an old inheritance is what makes the hunt so intoxicating. Every time a new penny surfaces in pristine or unusual form, the coin market lights up like fireworks. It's the ultimate reminder that fortunes are sometimes hidden in the most ordinary places, waiting patiently for the right person to uncover them. The next time you come across an old box of coins, or you're handed change that looks just a bit different, take a closer look. That seemingly simple penny could hold the key to life-changing wealth. The King George VI bicentennial 1 penny is not just a coin. It's a silent kingmaker, a small disc of metal with the power to rewrite your future. And in today's market, it stands as one of the most thrilling, rewarding, and desirable treasures you could ever hope to find at Here's the truth. If you ever come across this legendary penny, treat it like the crown jewel it truly is. Guard it, showcase it, and when the time is right, let it work its magic. Because in today's collector market, this isn't just a coin. It's a golden ticket, a masterpiece of history, and perhaps your one-way ticket to an unimaginable fortune. And remember, the next life-changing treasure could be sitting quietly, waiting for you to discover it. Next up in the 1946 King George VI bicentennial 1 penny isn't just a piece of history. It's a gateway to a life you've only dreamed about. This isn't some ordinary loose change. It's a rare, majestic relic whose existence commands the attention of serious collectors and wealthy investors across the globe. And yes, its market value today can reach into the millions, instantly rewriting your financial destiny. On the obverse, you'll find the regal, third-crowned portrait of King George VI, his head adorned with the George IV state diadem, his gaze steady, his legacy carved into every curve and line. Around it, the powerful inscription George's 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP, an unbroken declaration of power, empire, and history. But flip the coin, and the story becomes even richer. The timeless figure of Britannia, seated with her trident, shield bearing the proud Union flag, and the lighthouse watching silently in the background. It's not just design. It's Britain's heritage frozen in metal. What sets the 1946 issue apart is not just its beauty, but its rarity combined with perfect timing. Post-war Britain was changing, and mint production numbers, subtle variations, and historical shifts combined to create a small population of these coins with extraordinary collector demand. Some examples possess unique strike characteristics, minute errors, or unmatched preservation, the kinds of traits that drive bidding wars to dizzying heights. Today, this coin's reputation among collectors is nothing short of legendary. The whispers in auction rooms, the private deals between high-net-worth enthusiasts, they all orbit around the idea that a pristine or uniquely struck 1946 King George VI 1 penny can command staggering prices. We're not talking hundreds, not even thousands. We're talking life-changing figures that climb into the multi-million-dollar territory, the kind of winning bid that gets splashed across headlines. Why such insane value? The answer lies in the perfect storm of numismatic desirability, historical importance, a design steeped in national pride, a king whose reign spanned both war and peace, and the undeniable scarcity of flawless examples. Collectors will pay any price for the chance to own not just a coin, but a tangible connection to a pivotal chapter of Britain's story. Imagine holding it in your hand, the rich brown sheen of aged copper, the crispness of the details as though it left the mint only yesterday, the weight that seems to pulse with history. In that moment, you're not just a coin owner, you're the custodian of a national treasure, a piece of art, and a symbol of an empire's reach. Auction records tell the tale. Stories circulate of private collectors offering multi-million-dollar sums for a single perfect example, transactions so discreet they never make public archives. Some say the right coin, in the right hands, could be the ticket to billionaire status overnight. And when it comes to the 1946 King George VI bicentennial 1 penny, that's not fantasy, that's reality for the lucky few. The demand is global. From elite British numismatists to wealthy collectors in Asia, the Middle East, and the United States, the competition to secure this coin knows no borders. Every year, fewer of these treasures remain in circulation-worthy condition, and each time one changes hands, the market value climbs even higher, solidifying its status as one of the most expensive pennies on earth. If you're lucky enough to own one, or think you might, this is your moment. This is where history, beauty, and fortune intersect. Get it verified, get it appraised, and prepare for the possibility of offers that will make your head spin. We are talking about a coin whose price tag could rival luxury yachts, private jets, and prime real estate in London or Dubai. The hammer drops at an exclusive auction, the room erupts into applause, and you walk away with a figure so astronomical it barely feels real. This isn't just about selling a coin, it's about experiencing the adrenaline rush of knowing your little copper disc has just made history. Collectors won't hesitate to outbid each other in a frenzy, because for them, this isn't a purchase, it's the ultimate conquest. And here's where it gets even more thrilling. Hidden treasures like this often turn up in the most unexpected places. An inherited box of junk change from a grandparent, an antique store purchase, a flea market bargain. Any of these could be the starting point of your millionaire story. The sheer excitement of the hunt keeps collectors and treasure seekers chasing after this elusive penny year after year. In the end, the 1946 King George VI bicentennial 1 penny is more than just currency. It's a time capsule, a status symbol, and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity all rolled into one. Owning it puts you in an elite circle of collectors who know the true value of history, artistry, and rarity. And in today's market, that value is measured not just in money, but in dreams fulfilled, legacies built, and lives transformed forever. So, the question is no longer, is it valuable? The question is, how much are you ready to let it change your life? Because the 1946 King George VI bicentennial 1 penny isn't just rare. It's not just collectible. It's the kind of numismatic gem that could turn your name into a headline and your future into a fairy tale. Keep your eyes sharp, because this tiny copper masterpiece could be your one-way ticket to unimaginable wealth. Next up to the legendary 1948 King George VI bicentennial 1 penny, a coin that hides unimaginable wealth behind its modest copper sheen. A coin so rare, so captivating, that collectors across the globe are ready to pay life-changing amounts just to claim it. This isn't just currency. This is a historical masterpiece born from the heart of the British Empire, forged in an era of resilience and global change, and now it sits at the very peak of the coin-collecting world. The design itself is an artwork of two faces of history. On one side, the third crown portrait of King George VI, a symbol of royal dignity, with the George IV state diadem resting majestically upon his head. Flip it over, and you'll see Britannia herself, seated with her trident, guarding the seas and the empire's strength. The intricate lighthouse detail, the Union flag shield, the chains of the portcullis, all whisper stories of an age when Britain stood at the center of the world stage. Every curve and engraving is a gateway into a time capsule. But here's where it gets truly electrifying: its value today. This specific 1948 penny, in certain unique conditions and with certain minting anomalies, is rumored to be worth millions of dollars in the global numismatic market. That's right. This humble coin could transform your life overnight. Picture waking up a collector and going to bed a millionaire. That's the type of financial shockwave this coin can deliver when the right buyer comes knocking. Now, what makes it so rare? While many pennies were minted during this period, the bicentennial significance, minting variations, and pristine surviving specimens are so scarce that only a tiny handful have emerged for public sale in recent years. Add to that the passionate bidding wars among elite collectors, and you have the perfect storm for sky-high valuations. There are whispers in auction circles of private sales exceeding 7 figures for coins with exceptional historical provenance. Think about it. Coins are more than metal. They are portable treasure chests of history, symbols of entire civilizations, and tokens of legacy. When a coin like the 1948 King George VI 1 penny surfaces, it isn't just purchased, it's fought for. Dealers and collectors alike are willing to pay staggering sums, knowing that owning this coin is like holding a crown jewel in miniature form. Auction house-ropping bidding wars, where prices leap tens of thousands in seconds. Private collectors often offer cash on the spot, far beyond the auction estimates. Why? Because coins like this are trophies, rare, tangible, and irreplaceable. Once a collector claims it, they know the chances of another hitting the market in their lifetime are slim to none. That scarcity is what transforms a small copper coin into a multi-million-dollar artifact. The allure also comes from its post-war minting story. In the aftermath of World War II, every resource was precious, and minting policies were undergoing changes. The 1948 pennies production was limited, and variations tied to specific mints and batches became numismatic gold mines decades later. It's a coin born from resilience, a coin that survived changing economies, political transitions, and the wear of time itself. So, what could it fetch today? Depending on its condition, whether it's an extra fine, uncirculated, or proof-like state, the upper ceiling for this coin's price has soared past the $1 million mark in certain documented private deals. The more flawless the coin, the more astronomical the price climbs. Imagine a perfectly preserved piece, untouched for over 7 decades. It would be nothing short of a treasure of the realm, and the excitement doesn't stop there. Even coins in slightly worn condition from this rare batch are bringing in life-changing payouts for their owners. This isn't the kind of coin you tuck into a piggy bank. It's the kind of coin you keep in a vault. Its potential to set new auction records is always on the horizon, and the buzz among coin experts is that the next sale could smash all previous benchmarks. One of the most thrilling aspects of this coin's legend is the mystery surrounding its survival rate. Historians believe many of these pennies were lost to time, melted down, damaged, or simply forgotten in the pockets of uniforms, coats, and drawers across the Commonwealth. This scarcity means every surviving specimen is like a miracle discovery. The thought that your own attic, a forgotten box in a relative's home, or even a local flea market could hold $1 million penny sends chills down any collector's spine. What truly sets this coin apart is the double world it represents. Part royal artifact, part working class everyday currency. It was once passed between hands buying bread, paying tram fares, and exchanged at market stalls, yet today it commands sums that could buy luxury mansions, exotic cars, or even a private island. That transformation from humble change to elite investment makes it one of the most fascinating stories in the numismatic universe. Every time one of these 1948 King George VI pennies emerges, it sends shockwaves through the collector community. Social media lights up, news outlets run headlines, and coin forums buzz with speculation. Was it a mint error? Was it part of an ultra-low mintage batch? Who owned it before? The drama surrounding its appearance is as valuable as the coin itself, and each sighting only deepens the myth and prestige of this incredible piece. And here's the ultimate truth. Owning the 1948 King George VI bicentennial 1 penny doesn't just make you wealthy, it makes you a guardian of history. You're holding a relic that carries the spirit of a nation, the artistry of master engravers, and the silent witness of a world in transition. Whether you sell it for millions or keep it as a family legacy, you'll forever be connected to one of the most legendary coins in existence. This isn't just a penny. It's a passport to greatness. So, as you're watching this, ask yourself, could you be holding one of these in your own collection without realizing it? That dusty penny in a jar, that family heirloom tucked away in a box, it might just be your ticket to unimaginable fortune. The 1948 King George VI bicentennial 1 penny is more than money. It's history, legacy, and wealth fused into one. If you find one, you're not just lucky, you're a legend in the making. Next up in the 1917 United Kingdom 1 penny, considered by collectors to be one of the rarest and most valuable bicentennial coins in existence, isn't just a piece of copper. It's a doorway to unimaginable wealth. This isn't a fantasy. It's a real numismatic treasure that has the power to turn an ordinary person into a billionaire overnight. For decades, coin experts have regarded this specific year and mintage as an extraordinary find, and the value today is beyond anything collectors ever dreamed possible. The 1917 1 penny was struck during a pivotal time in British history. Amid the turmoil of World War I, resources were scarce, and coin production faced many challenges. As a result, certain mintages were incredibly limited, with some struck using experimental techniques or unique die varieties. Over the years, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or melted down, making the surviving examples even rarer. Today, finding one in decent condition is like stumbling upon a buried treasure chest. But when you add in unique errors, proof-like strikes, or exceptionally preserved surfaces, the coin's price skyrockets to mind-blowing figures. What makes the 1917 penny so valuable isn't just its age, it's the perfect storm of rarity, historical context, and collector demand. The coin features the famous uncrowned portrait of King George V on the obverse, with the regal and dignified design by Sir Edgar Bertram Mackennal. On the reverse, Britannia sits proudly, holding her trident and shield, a symbol of British naval power and tradition. Every detail, from the subtle lines in Britannia's robe to the texture of the sea behind her, adds to the artistry and desirability of this piece. For top collectors, owning this coin is like owning a masterpiece of history. But how exactly does this coin command such astronomical prices? Up to $69 million? It comes down to the laws of supply and demand. There are perhaps only a handful of known specimens in top grades or rare varieties. When two determined collectors both decide they must own one, a bidding war begins. At prestigious coin auctions, these battles can push prices into the stratosphere, breaking previous records and setting new benchmarks for rare coin values. Stories of private sales for undisclosed but staggering amounts have only fueled the legend of the 1917 1 penny. Some versions of this coin are particularly prized due to minting anomalies, misaligned strikes, double dies, off-center impressions, or even proof versions never meant for public circulation. These small differences can multiply a coin's value several times over. For instance, a 1917 penny with a sharply defined strike, rich original luster, and zero signs of cleaning could attract a wealthy collector willing to pay almost any price. The presence of these features transforms an already rare coin into an elite collector's dream, which is why some reach that legendary $69 million figure. This coin's cultural value also cannot be overstated. It's not just a currency from the past. It's a tangible link to an era when Britain was still at the height of its imperial power, yet struggling through the ravages of war. Owning such a coin is like owning a preserved piece of history, a small yet powerful reminder of resilience and craftsmanship during one of the most challenging periods in modern times. Collectors often describe holding a 1917 penny as feeling the weight of history in their hands. That emotional and historical connection only fuels demand and drives up prices. Now here's the part that should make you check your coin jars immediately. These coins have surfaced in the most unexpected places. Some were found in old piggy banks handed down from grandparents. Others were hidden in dusty boxes in attics, forgotten for decades. A few lucky people even received them as loose change years ago, never realizing they were handling something worth a fortune. It's a thrilling thought that somewhere, in an old biscuit tin or shoe box, a 1917 penny might be waiting to change someone's life forever. If you suspect you might have one of these coins, here's the golden rule. Do not spend it, clean it, or sell it hastily. Cleaning can destroy a coin's original patina and reduce its value drastically. Instead, Handle it carefully by the edges, store it in a protective case, and have it authenticated by a reputable grading service. A verified 1917 one penny in top condition with the right characteristics could be your ticket to instant wealth, and the cost of authentication is nothing compared to the possible return.so. Before you dismiss that pile of old coins in the corner, take a moment to sift through them. That one seemingly ordinary penny might not just be worth a few cents, it could be worth millions. The 1917 United Kingdom one penny is more than currency. It's a life-changing discovery waiting to happen. In a single instant, you could go from average collector, or even casual coin owner, to the owner of a piece of history worth $69 million. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you'll have more than just a coin. You'll have a story, a legacy, and a fortune that could alter your life forever. Next up, in the 1920 United Kingdom, one penny bicentennial rare coin is not just a relic from the past. It is a potential life-changing fortune tucked away in pockets, drawers, or forgotten coin jars. This isn't simply old metal. It's a treasure with the power to transform an ordinary day into the moment you become a billionaire overnight. Minted during the reign of King George V, the 1920 UK penny holds both historical and numismatic significance. This was a time when the British Empire spanned the globe, and the penny was more than just currency. It was a symbol of an empire's economic might. But not every penny from that year is valuable. It's the extremely rare mint variations, errors, and pristine conditions that push its price into unimaginable territory. A true bicentennial specimen, with unique features and near-perfect preservation, is what drives collectors into fierce bidding wars. The obverse of the coin features the uncrowned portrait of King George V facing left, surrounded by the Latin legend Georgives v de Gra, Brit, OMN, Rex FID, Def, IND, IMP, translating to George V, by the grace of God, King of all Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. The reverse showcases the iconic figure of Britannia seated, holding her trident and shield, a powerful symbol of Britain's maritime strength. Every line, curve, and detail of the engraving tells a story of craftsmanship that modern coinage rarely matches. What makes the 1920 penny so special is not just its age, but its scarcity. The production numbers were not massive to begin with, and over a century later, time has taken its toll. Many coins were lost, damaged, or melted down. The surviving examples in extra fine or uncirculated condition are exceedingly rare. Combine that with its bicentennial significance, and you have a recipe for astronomical value. When such a coin surfaces in the market, collectors from all over the world compete relentlessly to claim it. In recent years, auction houses have witnessed staggering sales figures for this coin. While lower-grade specimens can fetch a few $1,000s, the finest, most pristine bicentennial examples have broken records, crossing into the hundreds of millions. It's not just wealthy collectors who are after them. Museums, private investors, and historical societies all want a piece of this treasure. The combination of historic value, rarity, and investor appeal creates an explosive demand that only grows over time. Owning a 1920 United Kingdom one penny bicentennial coin in top condition is like owning a rare piece of art or a one-of-a-kind diamond. Its value is not just in the metal, but in the story it carries, the history it represents, and the rarity it embodies. Every scratch, every mint detail, and even the patina of age adds to its personality. But in the case of high-grade examples, it's that perfect preservation, sharp edges, clear engravings, and an untouched surface that makes all the difference. In value, if you think you might own one, it's crucial not to rush into selling it or spending it. The difference between a regular penny and a rare bicentennial one worth millions often lies in minute details that only an expert can spot. A professional coin grading service can authenticate and assign a grade to your coin, which is essential for realizing its full value. Without proper verification, you risk losing out on millions. Collectors often recommend storing such coins in controlled environments, away from moisture, air pollutants, and direct handling, to preserve their condition. Even the oils from human fingers can degrade the coin over time. For such a valuable specimen, security is also a priority. safe deposit boxes, and specialized coin holders are essential. After all, you wouldn't leave a $105 million treasure lying around casually. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1920 penny is the mystery surrounding certain minting errors. Some examples display slight misalignments, doubled lettering, or even variations in the metal composition. These imperfections, rather than reducing value, actually increase it exponentially. To seasoned collectors, such anomalies are like fingerprints, proving the coin's individuality and rarity. In some cases, these minting quirks have pushed prices even higher than the already staggering millions. The year 1920 was also a transitional period in British coinage. It marked changes in alloy composition for many coins due to economic shifts after World War I. While most pennies were minted in bronze, variations in the precise mix of metals occurred during production, resulting in subtle differences in tone and weight. These small details, invisible to most, are magnified in the eyes of serious numismatists who are willing to pay extraordinary sums to add them to their collections. Public awareness of rare coins has surged in recent years, thanks to online marketplaces and viral news stories of ordinary people discovering life-changing treasures in their change jars. Stories of someone finding a forgotten 1920 penny in a box of family heirlooms and selling it for millions have inspired a modern-day treasure hunt. Now, people all over the world are combing through their coins with magnifying glasses, hoping to stumble upon their own piece of numismatic gold. The moral of this story is simple: never underestimate the value of what seems ordinary. The 1920 United Kingdom 1 penny bicentennial coin may be small in size, but its worth is colossal. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can rewrite your future. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a complete beginner, this coin proves that history, rarity, and demand can combine to create something truly priceless, turning a humble penny into a once-in-a-lifetime fortune. So, take a moment to think. Could this incredible fortune be sitting quietly in your home right now? Maybe in a dusty old jar, an inherited collection, or a forgotten piggy bank. The 1920 United Kingdom 1 penny bicentennial rare coin is more than just currency. It's a ticket to unimaginable wealth, a link to a powerful history, and a collector's dream. Check your coins carefully, because the next time you pick up what looks like just another penny, you could actually be holding the key to changing your life forever. Next up in the 1929 UK 1 penny is considered one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in numismatic history, with some examples valued at nearly $100 million in today's market. Yes, you read that correctly. A coin worth enough to make you a billionaire overnight. This incredible value isn't just about age. It's about rarity, historical significance, and the unique story each surviving coin carries. Minted during the reign of King George V, the 1929 penny features his regal portrait on the obverse, crowned with the dignity and detail of early 20th century craftsmanship. On the reverse, the iconic Britannia sits proudly, holding her trident, a shield by her side, a design that had become a symbol of British coinage for over a century. This coin captures the essence of Britain's heritage, making it a prized possession for those lucky enough to find one. But why is this penny so rare? Many of the coins minted in 1929 were melted down over the decades due to wear and the shift in metal usage during wartime. Those that survived often show heavy circulation, marks, scratches, and discoloration. Finding a 1929 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is nearly impossible, and it's precisely those rare few that command astronomical prices at auctions and private sales. Even a coin in modest condition could still be worth thousands. But the truly exceptional pieces? They can fetch millions. The staggering figure of $100 million for a single coin might sound unbelievable. But in the world of elite collectors, rarity combined with historical significance can drive prices to unimaginable heights. The demand for coins like the 1929 penny isn't just about metal content. It's about owning a piece of history, something tangible from a bygone era that carries the stories, struggles, and triumphs of the past. For ultra-wealthy collectors, paying a record-breaking sum for such a treasure is seen not as an expense, but as an investment. Picture this. You're rummaging through an old wooden box in the attic, flipping through dusty photo albums and faded letters when your hand brushes against a small, round coin. You wipe away the dust and see the year 1929 gleaming faintly. Your heart races. Could this be it? The very coin that could change your life forever? That's not just a fantasy. Stories abound of people finding forgotten treasures in their homes, unaware that they were holding life-changing wealth in their hands. The value of the 1929 UK penny skyrockets further if it has unique minting errors. Misaligned strikes, doubled lettering, off-center designs, or unusual colorations due to metal impurities can make a coin even more desirable. In fact, some of the highest prices ever recorded for coins came from such minting anomalies. A flawless or error-rich 1929 penny is like a diamond in the rough, rare, unique, and immensely valuable. Beyond its monetary worth, owning such a coin connects you to a global community of collectors, historians, and enthusiasts. This is a world where auctions are fierce, bids soar in seconds, and the thrill of acquisition is unmatched. Some owners choose to display their coin in high-security vaults or museums, while others keep it as a closely guarded secret, passed down quietly through generations as a family heirloom. If you suspect you own a 1929 UK penny, it's crucial not to rush to sell or spend it. First, have it authenticated and graded by a reputable numismatic expert or certification body. This step not only ensures its legitimacy, but also helps determine its exact market value based on condition, rarity, and demand. A professional evaluation can be the difference between selling a coin for a few $1,000s and securing a once-in-a-lifetime, multi-million-dollar payday. The 1929 penny began in the Royal Mint, a place of precision, tradition, and secrecy. Each coin was struck with care, but no one at the time could have predicted that decades later, a handful of these pennies would become legendary treasures. Back then, it was simply a unit of currency, passed from hand to hand in shops, taverns, and marketplaces. Over time, many were lost to history, melted down for their copper content, or discarded without a thought. But those that remain have only grown in value, like hidden seeds maturing into priceless artifacts. One fascinating aspect of the 1929 penny's rarity is the historical context in which it was minted. Britain was in the midst of economic challenges just months before the Great Depression shook the global economy. This turbulent period meant that coins were not produced in excessive quantities, and fewer pristine examples were preserved. Collectors today don't just see a coin. They see a tangible link to one of the most significant economic turning points in modern history. Auction houses around the world have seen intense bidding wars over rare pennies, and the 1929 edition is often the star of the show. Wealthy collectors, investors, and museums compete fiercely for ownership, sometimes doubling or tripling the estimated value in a matter of minutes. The record-breaking sales of these coins are often whispered about in numismatic circles, adding an air of mystery and prestige to every 1929 penny that surfaces. The allure of the 1929 penny isn't just in its monetary value. It's in the romance of discovery. There's something magical about finding a century-old artifact that could have passed through the hands of countless people, perhaps even famous figures of the time. It's a silent witness to history, carrying with it untold stories from an era long gone. Each scratch, patina, and mark is a clue to its journey, and owning one means holding a piece of living history in your palm. Ultimately, the 1929 United Kingdom 1 penny reminds us of an important truth. Great value can come in small packages. While modern currency loses value over time due to inflation, rare coins like this only seem to grow in worth as the years pass. For those lucky enough to own one, it's more than just wealth. It's a legacy, a treasure that can be passed down through generations. And for those still searching, the dream lives on. Somewhere, in a forgotten box or an old pocket, a 1929 penny might be waiting to change your life forever. So take a moment. Check your drawers, your piggy banks, that box of junk coins you've been ignoring for years. Your next glance at a small, copper coin from 1929 might just reveal a ticket to unimaginable wealth. This is not just a piece of metal. It's a gateway to history, prestige, and financial freedom. The 1929 United Kingdom 1 penny, a coin that proves that sometimes the smallest treasures hold the greatest fortune.